Transfer videos are back. Guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today obviously it is 52 days until the January transfer window opens, and in this video I will be talking about Milan Skriniar and Dusan Vlahovic, as according to Tutto Mercato it says Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici have agreed to sign Milan Skriniar and Dusan Vlahovic to bolster the Spurs squad. So we'll be talking about them soon in this video. So yeah, smash a like, subscribe. Let's get into this transfer video. Right then, so let's kick off this video then by talking about Milan Skriniar. And obviously, as I said just then, obviously Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici have agreed to sign Milan Skriniar and Dusan Vlahovic. Obviously, Milan Skriniar playing for Inter Milan, Dusan Vlahovic playing for Fiorentina. Obviously, Skriniar's last game was a 1-1 draw against rivals AC Milan in Serie A, and obviously for Vlahovic, his last game was, if I can find Vlahovic, his last game was a 1-0 defeat away to Juventus. So Inter dropping points to Milan, Fiorentina losing in Turin to Juventus. And I've just found this. I've just found this on the Spurs web on Twitter. It says there is a report that Inter Milan offer pay rise to Skriniar to keep Spurs out, wants to sign him. And this is what Calcio Mercato said. They said Calcio Mercato have claimed that Inter Milan are trying to tie down Milan Skriniar to a new contract, and fears that Tottenham will look to raid them for the centre-back following Antonio Conte's arrival in North London. Following Conte's appointment last week, the Italian has been back to raid his former club for several of their players. Stefan de Vrij, Marcelo Brozovic and Nicolo Barella have been all mooted as potential January targets for Spurs. But it looks like the main one out of those players is Milan Skriniar. So obviously, if you didn't know, Antonio Conte did manage Inter. He won them the league last season, and it looks like Conte is having a word with, Paratici and Conte are having words with Inter to sign some of the players. But it looks like the main lad at the moment we are trying to sign is centre-back Milan Skriniar. Obviously, Inter Milan are trying to keep, I think he's Slovakian, I'm not sure, I'll have a look. I think he's Slovakian. Yeah, Inter are trying to keep the Slovakian centre-back at the club, as they are trying to make him sign a contract before Spurs can swoop in and make a deal. Obviously, it has been agreed that Conte and Paratici have agreed to sign him, so both of them have had a bit of a chat, and they have agreed that they will go for Skriniar in January. And to be honest, I think if we do get Skriniar, obviously we tried to get him under Jose. Skriniar said no to Jose. Obviously, we didn't try to sign him when Nuno was in charge, but now we're trying to get Conte back again, but this time with Antonio Conte as Tottenham manager. I think if we do get Skriniar, what can he improve to Tottenham? I think I think looking at his stats in the derby against AC, he didn't really do much. Well, looking at his stats against AC, he got 7.2 against AC Milan in the Milan derby on Sunday. Looking at his stats against AC Milan, we'll need to look more like defensive stats. That's here. So this is accurate passes. He made 34 passes in his own half. He made 11 passes in the opposition half. A pass success of 91%. Long balls 6. So that's quite good. So Skriniar, Inter, he played Inter Milan that day. Simeone Inzaghi, he played 3-5-2 that day for Inter. So obviously the ball was played to Skriniar and it just cleared it out quickly. And that's what we need to do every time, because obviously we like to play short goal kicks. So I think if we have a player like Skriniar in our team, we can just play to him and then we can just clear the danger quickly. And I think that is a defender what we would need. But you know, who can he replace though? Obviously, because I think if we do sign Skriniar, there will be a lot of challenge to get into that first team. So yeah, if I have to be honest, I would 100% take Skriniar at Tottenham. But yeah. Alright then, so let's now talk about Fiorentina striker Dusan Vlahovic. Obviously we have been linked with him for a long time. He is still at Fiorentina in Italy, and according to BBC Sport just about an hour ago, it says Tottenham will have to pay Fiorentina £60 million to beat North London rivals Arsenal to the signing of Serbia forward Dusan Vlahovic, and that is according to La Nazzogna, and that is via the Express. So yeah, obviously it looks like Arsenal are trying to get Vlahovic as well, but obviously I don't know what Arsenal need, and they got Aubameyang and Lacazette. Well, they might need a backup. And you could say we need a backup as well, because if Kane gets injured, and because obviously Bergwijn, I think Vlahovic, I think we're just trying to sign Vlahovic just for backup reasons, just in case Kane does get injured, so we don't have to play Son up front and Bergwijn, and then because if Bergwijn gets injured, and then what happens if Son gets injured and Kane's injured? That means we're a bit screwed up front. So yeah, that means I'll probably have to play Dan Scarlett up front. So yeah, Vlahovic, obviously Vlahovic, his last game was a 1-0 defeat in Turin to Juventus. Did he play that game? Yes, he did. He got a rating of 5.4 against Juventus. So it was a very poor performance by him. But looking at his stats against Juve, obviously he played the full game. His shot map, obviously, it looks like he only had 2 really big opportunities. So it looks like he didn't really do much in that game. He didn't have a shot on target. He had 2 shots the whole game, so he must have been quite hard. Pass success though of 64%, so that's quite good. Looking at duels won, 10 duels lost, 1 clearance, 5 was fouled. It was a quite poor day that was for Fiorentina, but Fiorentina, let's have a look at their 3-0 win against Spezia, because that day Vlahovic scored a hat-trick at home against Spezia. So looking at his shots, in the 33rd minute he had a good chance, and he scored a good goal in the 40th minute, and then another good chance in added time of the first half. And all those shots were with his left foot. Well, yeah, all of those. Well, there was a shot in the 74th minute, which was with his right foot. So he likes to play more with his left. So look, he got 3 goals, expected goals XG of 1.16. I don't really know all that stuff, but he had 6. He didn't have one. He had 6 shots on target, which is very good. 75% pass success, 20 passes, 13 in Spezia's half, and looking at duels won, he won 5. So yeah, it looks like against Spezia he did very well, but against Juventus it wasn't really his day, to be honest. But yeah, looking at Vlahovic this season in the Serie A, Vlahovic has played 12. That's played in 12 matches for Fiorentina in Serie A, 8 goals and 1 assist. So we started the season quite well, as obviously we are in November. It is currently the international break. So obviously looking at the matches, obviously 5.4 against Juventus, 9.8 against Spezia, 6.4 against Lazio, 8.2 against Cagliari, 6.5 against Venezia, And obviously looking internationally for Serbia, 9.4 against Azerbaijan, 7.4 against Luxembourg, and obviously back to Serie A, 7.1 against Napoli. It looks like he seems to do quite okay against the big sides, but against the small teams, he likes to do well, like against Spezia, Calegri, Udinese, so Vlahovic, you could say he does better against the smaller teams. Like if you look at the Premier League, I'll probably be like Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich, Southampton. I don't know. Not Brentford. Well, I don't really know, to be fair, but I think a striker like Vlahovic, he wouldn't probably get much game time, but Kane looks like he says he is going to stay at Tottenham now because obviously Conte's the manager. So Vlahovic will have to battle with Kane to get into that first choice. So yeah, it will be quite difficult for him. But yeah, Spurs fans, would you take Dusan Vlahovic at the club? Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Spurs fans, let me know down in the comments. Will we sign Skriniar and Vlahovic in January? Obviously, Conte and Paratici have agreed to sign them. So yeah, let's hope that we get that deal done. We are 52 days away from the January transfer window. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.